I remember reading a sentence, "We are at a world at war." And like the whole atmosphere in the room changed. I felt that there was like a shift or a presence or something in the room. So I looked up. I saw a shadow silhouette of Jesus with his arms outstretched.
Hey guys, welcome back to In the Middle of It. I'm your host, Hannah Kerr. I'm so excited about our guest for today. Her name is Olivia Lane. You might recognize her from her amazing song, Woman at the Well, or maybe you've heard her voice on her very own show on SiriusXM, The Message. She has an amazing testimony, and I'm so excited to get to know her more. So please welcome Olivia Lane. Welcome to the pod.
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. This is so exciting. I've been following like your journey for the past couple of years. I've heard your voice a million times, but to actually sit down with you is so fun. So
it's awesome.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Well, I want to fangirl on you for a minute before we like turn seriously. No, like because in 2020 I shifted from country music to Christian music.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about, I'm sure.
Of course.
But I had a moment of just worship and gratitude with the Lord in my car. I'll never forget it. I was shopping at L&L Market here in Nashville.
Yes.
And I was in my car and I was like, you know what? I think this was right about the time that my now boss at SiriusXM, The Message, called me, gave me kind of like the job description of being a host. The option was for me to take if I wanted it. And so I was really praying on it. And I turned on The Message in my car and I was like, I'm just going to like get a vibe. Same God was on.
No way.
And I just had a moment where I was like, if I want to continue writing songs that make others feel the way that this song is making me feel right now.
That is the nicest thing.
And so I just wanted, as a songwriter, as a fellow artist, you're amazing.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. SiriusXM has always been so good to me. Like they have played.
We love your music, girl.
Thanks, girl. It's so sweet.
Like I don't choose the music, but I'm so glad when I hear your songs come on the radio.
And I've heard your voice so many times. SiriusXM, The Message is what I listen to in my car. And so I've heard your voice so many times. I was like, you are probably the guest that has the most experience behind a microphone, like speaking. Because singing into a microphone and speaking into a microphone are two totally different things.
Right.
I feel like I can hardly listen back to the podcast episodes. Like after we've recorded them, I'm like, man, listening to myself speak is hard.
It is a totally different tool in the brain and a totally like different, but it's also utilizing all the tools that God has given both of us as writers and performers. And it's just in a different way. And like learning the economy of words. Yeah. Like there are so many times that I've just like rambled on. And my boss is like, listen, you can make 2 minutes feel like 30 seconds, or you can make 30 seconds feel like 5 minutes. Yeah. And so you just kind of learn how to sort of get through the story. But that's what we're doing with songs. You know what I mean? It's like the economy of words within songs. We only have... Now it's like 2.5 minutes.
I know. It's decreased. It used to be like under 4 minutes is what you're doing with your songs. And now it's like 2:45 and you're out of there.
Right. We're done. We're ready to move on.
No, that's so good though. I'm sure that like being a host on your own show has helped you with your songwriting maybe.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, it's weird how the Lord has used... It's like, how does God use everything that's going on in your life to influence each other? Yeah. It's beyond me.
Thanks, God. We love that.
Thank you, God. I'm so glad that I am not the Lord of my life.
Me too.
Can't even.
I love it. Okay, well, we usually start off the podcast with a little icebreaker, get to know you game. Okay. It's called Love It, Hate It, In the Middle of It. Okay. So you're going to tell me if you love this random thing, if you hate this random thing, or if you feel neutral, like in the middle of it. Okay. Very, very themed for the podcast.
Let's do it.
They're just random. I don't know what your answers are going to be. Okay. So it's great. Okay, number 1 is coffee.
Love it.
Love it.
I ping pong. I'm like, when I was pregnant and into like the first few weeks of postpartum, I was like coffee all the way. Yes. A little bit of creamer. Now I'm back on I've had an espresso machine for years. And now I'm back on the lattes.
You're back on the lattes.
I don't know. I ping pong, but
I'm a latte girl through and through. So I understand. I feel like I started off with like a Starbucks Frappuccino and I've made my way to lattes. And someday I'm going to be a black coffee girl, but that day, it's not today for me. Today. But I salute you. That's amazing. Okay, number 2 is camping.
Learning to love.
Learning to love.
My husband likes camping.
Okay. Is he kind of like a camper outdoors?
I will give him credit. He does have like a really big tent. He has an aero mattress that's off the ground. So it's not like super, but he's like, now that we have a daughter, he's like, I'm going to want to go camping. And I'm like, maybe we can compromise and get a camper.
Yeah.
And then you can take her out in the tent and you guys can go stargazing while I'm in the air conditioning.
Yes. No, I'm an inside dog. I'm not a camper. My husband loves camping too. And so many times in our relationship, he's been like, we should go camping. And I'm like, yeah.
And maybe that's how God designed it.
Maybe. Our husbands could go camping together. We could send them out in a tent.
And we'll be glamping.
I would love to be glamping. As long as I have like plumbing and a mattress, I'm good.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just those are my bare minimums.
I agree.
Yeah.
I will not poop in a hole.
No, me either.
I'm sorry.
I will not.
I'm
need
sorry.
plumbing.
Let the record set. I will not poop in a hole.
Olivia Lane.
Unless I have to. Unless it's like survival, the world is ending, all kinds of things.
Yeah. If I'm on a TV show where like $1 million are at stake, I'd consider it. And if I'm surviving, those are the only two ways I would
I don't know if I
it.
even would consider it with $1 million. It's just.
You're like, what is the number actually? It'd be higher than $1 million.
Maybe 10 million. I don't know.
That's amazing. Okay, just let the record show Olivia Lane will not poop in a hole. No, okay,
she won't.
I love it. Great beginning. Okay, number 3 is The Chosen, the TV show.
Love.
You love it.
Love.
I love it too.
The Chosen.
It's so good.
I just feel like it captures the cultural context that is so sometimes hard in our minds to envision. Mm-hmm. And I'm so all about history and stuff.
Oh, cool.
And like just diving back into cultural, like, and so when they talk about little details or like about the feasts and they're in the Jerusalem, it's like, it's just those little things that you're like, oh my goodness, like I just learned about that. I just think they do a really great job.
It's so good. I feel like my only qualm with The Chosen is sometimes when I'm praying, I see Jonathan Rumi in my brain.
It's true.
It's and I'm true. Like, get out of here. You're not really Jesus, but he's just so good.
He's so good.
He's so good as Jesus. He's funny. He's personable. Like it is such a good show.
Yeah.
I tell everyone, I'm like, you have to watch The Chosen.
It's so good.
Yeah. Did you love the woman at the well scene of The
Chosen?
So
that scene was partially responsible for inspiring my song.
No way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so good. That's one of my favorite scenes of the whole show.
I watched it, and like at the same time I was doing a Jesus and Women study with Christy McClellan. And so like reading about and learning about the woman at the well plus watching that episode, it was like, I've got to write a song about it.
Yes.
And they just, again, it's not the gospel, like it's for all of it's like the people who are like The Chosen, I don't know about it. It's like it's a artistic expression.
Yeah, but it's a good one.
But it's a good one.
Yeah, and it's done so well.
It's so done.
And I do feel like they try their best to be as accurate as you can. I mean, obviously they're filling in some gaps, but I just love it. It's ministered to me so much.
Me too.
Like just seeing it come to life and like this makes sense in a way that reading it on a page, it sometimes is hard to grasp. Yeah. But like seeing it in a show, I really love it.
It brings like a black and white into full color sometimes for me. Just different moments. And again, like just culturally, like I love how just like close it is to what it was at the time. And it just highlights so many, it's blessed so many people. I know.
That's so cool. I love that you love it.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4 is The Beach.
Love the beach.
Some people are like all mountains, no beach. Some people are like all beach, no mountains. Like where are you?
All mountains, all beach.
You just love a trip. You're like, I love a vacation.
Yes, as long as I don't have to poop in a hole, I love any vacation. I love the mountains. I love the beach. I feel like my family, my parents, they love to travel, and so they did a really good job of exposing us to mountains. We go to Colorado often, and also growing up in Houston, we would go to Galveston all the time.
Okay, yeah.
And so those were like our family trips with my whole dad's side of the family. So
I love it.
I love it all.
You love the beach, you love the mountains.
There's room for all of it.
There's room for all of it. Amen. Okay, the last one is TikTok.
Love-hate relationship.
Me too.
Yeah. In the middle of it.
I know. It's a tough
Always.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think overnight it's like every artist was expected to be a content creator. Mm-hmm. And while I love that, I feel like it's like I have a theater background. So like it's been really fun to like flex that tool. My heart breaks for the artists who are incredible artists, but they just, that's not their gifting. That's not what they enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird time to be an artist right now.
And it's changed so much. I feel like when I first got started being an artist, the social media thing, like it was part of the conversation, but it wasn't everything.
Yeah.
And now I feel like as artists, we are also TikTokers, YouTubers, Instagram reelers, whatever that is, you know, but yeah, it's interesting.
The bar has been set so high to come to town now to be an artist. Like if you're not already generating something on your own, like putting videos out there, making music and putting it out there.
Yeah.
It's like when I first got to town, it was 2013. And it's like, you just needed to have a decent group of songs. And then we could work with that. You know, now it's like, you need the songs, you need the content, it's just like, again, like I have such sympathy for what you have to be as a new artist now.
I know.
Yeah.
You've been in Nashville 12 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. You've seen Nashville change a lot since you've been here. And you said you're from Houston originally.
Yeah.
Texas girl. What brought you to Nashville? Was it music? Like you came here to be an artist?
Yeah, I came here to be an artist. So grew up in Houston, Texas, and then had a little pivot to Los Angeles for 6 years.
Okay. A little pivot, 6 years long.
Yes, it's a long little pivot. Did two years of high school and 4 years of college.
Okay.
And I feel like I categorized that chapter as learning a lot about what I didn't want to do with my life at a young age, but met some incredible people. I also categorized my LA chapter as like the spiritual wheels fell off the wagon.
Yeah.
Because I just saw a lot of stuff out there.
There's a lot. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I closed the door on anything spiritual, having a spiritual life at all in Los Angeles.
Interesting.
And so that followed me into my Nashville chapter. But what I do love about Los Angeles is that it awakened the songwriter love.
Yeah.
Because I was a theater major.
Okay.
At the University of Southern California.
Wow.
Yeah. But I wasn't quite ready to like commit to doing Broadway. I just didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I just loved the arts and I loved acting and I loved performing and I loved singing and playing guitar. I just didn't really know what exactly I wanted to do. And then I took a songwriting class at USC and it was like, this is what I want to do. Wow. I don't want to be in LA anymore. So I got to go to Nashville.
Wow.
Like that's just where all the great songwriters are from. So I have to go to Nashville.
That's awesome. Just really one songwriting class and you're like, a light bulb went off.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So you moved to Nashville 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And you moved here to do country music. Is that right?
I did. Yeah.
Wow.
And looking back, I think country music was the only place I felt like I fit because I didn't want to do pop music, didn't want to stay in LA.
Yep.
But I knew that all the great Nashville songwriters were here. And I grew up in Texas, so country music is part of the fabric of Texas. And I liked country music. It just wasn't something that I was like, I love, you know, like it just kind of more felt like this is where I think I fit.
Yeah.
Like I don't see anywhere else that I fit.
Yeah.
So I moved here and wrote a couple songs and as you do, you kind of get into the Nashville scene. You start playing the writers' rounds.
Yep.
These places probably aren't even open anymore, but like the Commodore Grill.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness, Listening Room, which is now like on its fourth iteration of where it's at. But like I played when it was, in Cummins Station.
Yes.
Like just seeing all of these places, the Hotel Indigo, which is now I think Aloft. I don't even know. But you get here, you get in the scene and you write a couple songs and then all of a sudden I found myself like having an agent and I had a manager and just had like a little team at the time and went on the road and, just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Who were some of your musical influences growing up? Like, did you like country music growing up?
Yeah. I loved the contemporary country music that was going on, like Rascal Flatts.
Oh, yes.
So good.
The biggest shock of my life was discovering that his name was not Rascal. Gary LeVox is
not Rascal Flatts.
I was like, wow, biggest shock of my life. At 12 years old, a lot to take in.
But what hurts the most when I heard that song, I was like, the way that this song makes me feel, I love this kind of music. I love these kinds of songs. But yeah, like just here and there, it wasn't all that I listened to. Being a millennial, it's like, Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears, all of the Spice Girls, like all of those pop acts that were happening at the time. But again, I grew up going to church. I wouldn't say I grew up in the church.
Okay.
So faith wasn't really something that affected my life in a big way. It was just kind of like everyone goes to church on Sunday.
Yeah. So especially in Texas, like when you're in that Bible Belt, it's like Christianity is cultural. It's like just what you do,
right.
you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And so it was something that I would see on Sundays, but then it wasn't really talked about anywhere else.
Yeah.
I guess I would categorize myself as like the Christmas and Easter Christian.
Yeah, the CEO Christians.
Yeah.
Christmas and Easter only.
Yes, exactly. That's funny. I like that.
I didn't make that up. I can't take credit, but I've just heard the CEO Christians, they come out at Christmas, they come out at Easter. You better make room in the pew.
That's right. And, you know, like obviously it's like, yes, we should be going to church more. But the seeds that were planted at the time, I'm so grateful for.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that I was a CEO Christian at the time, because those seeds, granted, it took a long time to get there.
Right.
But the seeds were planted and enough had been spoken over me and into me that I knew about God and I knew about Jesus, but I didn't really, it wasn't something that, like, he wasn't the Lord of my life.
And there's a big difference between knowing about Jesus and then knowing Jesus for yourself. But I love that God doesn't waste anything, because even just you knowing about him is what kind of led you to really knowing him now.
Yeah.
Will you share just your testimony of the encounter that you had with Jesus that brought you to where you are today? It's such a good story. It's just something that everyone needs to hear.
It's my favorite story to tell. I'll never stop telling it because it's just the best. God's amazing. So I'm in Nashville from like 2013 to 2017, and I'm on the road playing all these shows. And I think in your 20s, it's just kind of a volatile time anyway. Yeah. Like, you're just trying to figure out the world and what's important. And again, like, I didn't have any mooring of truth. So I'm just I'm listening to what's on TV and what's on the radio and like trying to figure out like how to be a good person and what is being a good person. And so you're just kind of, I felt like life was kind of just happening to me instead of like really thinking about like, what do I want to do? And so I started playing all these shows, and it was fun for a while. And then all of a sudden these big questions of like, what am I doing with my life? Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like, because after a while you start playing these shows and it's like the mountaintop type shows are like, you know, I remember opening for Kit Moore for 9,000 people at the North Dakota State Fair. And that's like, wow. But that comes like, where I was at in my career, it came like once every 8 months.
Yeah.
And so the rest of the shows, you're playing like for 2 people in the biker bar at West Virginia. A lot of people don't know, realize that.
You don't post that on social media, but that is a lot of the like day-to-day nitty-gritty of what it looks like to be an artist.
Yes. And those were the shows that I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Because like the things that were keeping me, I think for a long time as a performer, you really start to find your identity in what you're good at. And for me, it was like, well, I guess this is just who I am, but now I'm starting to question it, and that's scaring me.
Totally.
And so who am I? What are my likes, my dislikes? Like, who am I? Like, when someone all these questions, like, and then it slowly turned into just anxiety.
Yeah.
Like going out and like wondering what my worth was, and all of this stuff started to bubble up. And so it's funny how the body catches up with what's going on mentally sometimes. As I was having these big questions and pondering, you know, what my purpose was in the world, my voice started to give out.
Wow.
Because I think I so badly wanted to be seen that my vocal cords, like, I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and my voice started to give out.
Wow.
And so I would show up for gigs, and like, I would go for notes and I couldn't do it. And so I'd be like, hey band, take like a 4-minute solo while I like just relax my voice. And you know, like it became such a problem. And so I just had to make the difficult choice to go off the road.
Wow.
And I just started on a healing journey. Like I started to heal my voice and I started to heal my mind. And at the same time, two women were recommended to me by multiple people. And I started seeing them. One was my therapist and one was my vocal coach. And
similar people probably.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just like your voice and your mental health and just your wellness is also interconnected.
Everything is connected.
Yes. Yep.
And I didn't truly understand that until I became a believer.
Yeah.
But as I like started on this healing journey, I didn't know it at the time, but these 2 women were believers. And so this is around like 2017. And so they really just started speaking life into me and life over me and sharing some things about faith and Jesus, especially my vocal coach. But I just wasn't ready to hear it.
Yeah.
I was just like, that's not for me. I understand what you're trying to get at, but religion's just not for me.
Yeah.
And probably like 6 months, 8 months goes by, and I feel like I'm in a really good mental spot, but there's still something missing. Like there's still that quest for like, what is truth? What is my purpose in a deeper way?
Yeah.
And my therapist, one day, this conversation changed everything for me. She said, Olivia, if you want more healing, you need to figure out what a spiritual life is for you. And I was like, I don't really want to do that. But you're the professional, so I'll go along.
Yeah. Which you were asking spiritual questions.
I was.
You know, you were asking those existential, like,
Yeah.
What's my purpose? And those are spiritual questions. So good advice on her part.
Very good advice. Yeah. Very Holy Spirit led.
Yeah.
Very discerning. She's a wonderful therapist. And so we just started having conversations, like what I thought about God, who I thought God was. I realized I had a lot of wrong preconceived notions about just a lot of wrong understanding. And really began to open myself up and my heart up to seeing what faith could be. Because I feel like there's a lot of deception and a lot of lies and a lot of, the enemy does a really good job of trying to make Christianity look weird or make it look certain ways. And of course, like, we can't judge Christ on Christians. And so that's what I was doing. Right. I saw a lot of Christians in my life that I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to be that or, and so there was just a lot of swirling in my mind and had a lot of really beautiful conversations. And I asked her like, well, what do you believe? And she's like, well, I believe in Jesus. And I'm like, okay, why?
Yeah.
And like probably for about like 3 or 4 months, anyone that I figured out either A, had a spiritual life and mostly believed in Jesus, I was like, why do you believe in Jesus? Like, let's talk about it.
You just
like,
launch an investigation.
I accosted people. And I was just like, I don't understand. Like, explain it to me. Like, why do you believe in Jesus? And I was so curious and got beautiful answers from so many people. And she told me, she said, Olivia, Jesus is the only safe place I know that you can hand over the keys of control to your life and know that there is a better plan for you, a good plan. And I was like,
I do want that.
I want some of that.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. And so there's just so many benchmark moments that I was having with those 2 women who I really trusted because they stuck it out with me. They didn't give up on me. And they answered a lot of my hard questions, and they weren't afraid to say I don't know to a lot of the hard questions that I had, or to answer it with silence.
Yeah.
Like just to let me vent and just kind of sit there and listen. They were just...
That's what you need sometimes, though. Yeah. You know, it's like, that's wisdom to be able to just sit with someone and be like, even if you don't know the answer, like, I'm just going to be here with you. Yeah. That's a gift.
It is such a gift. Yeah. A big, and just spiritual discernment, too, on their parts. Like, just... The amount of times I look back even now that I'm like, that person was silent because they knew the answer and they didn't say anything. And now I know the answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, so those conversations kept happening. And again, another pivotal conversation with my therapist. She was like, Olivia, just ask God if he's real. And I was like, you can just...
You could just do that?
You can just like ask the God of the universe if he's real.
Do you have a direct line?
Yeah, like what is the number? Exactly. But yeah, so I was like, okay, challenge accepted. So like for 4 months, I just woke up every morning and I was like, God, if you're real, like do something. Yeah. Lightning bolt. Like whatever. Like just do something crazy.
Yeah.
And I got my answer on April 29th, 2018.
Wow.
And just encountered Jesus in such a incredible, mind-blowing way. And it changed everything for me.
And you were in your house. Like, you weren't in a church. You weren't, like, on a mountaintop. You were in your house when you encountered him, right?
Nothing about my salvation moment is, like, normal or... It's... Even when I'm starting to realize now, like, even when I talk about it with other Christians, they look at me like crazy. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is just my salvation moment. This is just how it happened to me. He's a God of miracles, and I believe that. And this is how he showed up for me. And in a space where I was still very, like, I wanted the change if God was real. Like, I was all in. But again, like, my logical brain was just like, maybe you're not real.
Yeah.
You know, maybe this is all who knows?
Yeah.
And so I was on my couch on a beautiful Sunday morning, April 29th, 2018. And I was reading this book called Walking with God by John Eldredge. And it's just a beautiful representation of what a relationship with God looks like. And I never, I was probably presented that gospel, but it just never sunk in for me like that. I wasn't ready to hear it. Who knows?
Yeah.
God kept me, who knows? Like, I don't know. But it was just such a like, wow, God's like in creation. He's in this, he's in that. You can talk to him like that. You can ask him. Like, it just was like, wow, this is like an actual normal relationship.
Yeah.
And I remember reading a sentence, "We are at a world at war." And like the whole atmosphere in the room changed. Like it just, I started feeling every emotion at once. I started crying, even though I was happy. And like, I saw the tears drip onto the page, and I was just like, what is happening? And I felt that there was like a shift or a presence or something in the room. So I looked up, and against my window, I had this big, clear window. And I just remember blue sky. I saw a shadow silhouette of Jesus with his arms outstretched.
Wow.
And it kind of felt like just like this gust of wind moved through my apartment. And then it was so thick and palpable. And then in a moment it was gone. And I came to, I wasn't crying anymore. And I was like, well, I guess he's real.
Wow.
And then of course my logical brain took over and was like, you're having a panic attack. This isn't normal. And so I like texted my therapist, and I was like just massive long paragraph of like, Ma, I don't know what's happening, but this is amazing. She's like, are you okay? I was like, I'm great.
Yeah.
I'm amazing. Like, wow. And she was like, we'll talk about it, but you were just in the presence of the Holy Spirit for the very first time.
Wow.
And I didn't know what the words Holy Spirit meant.
Yeah.
I did not own a Bible. Like, I didn't really understand how Jesus fit into the picture. Like, I didn't understand really anything, but it's a testament of how God meets us where we're at.
Right.
And he answers our questions.
Yep.
I mean, he was like, I'm real. And also, it was Jesus that appeared in my living room. So I think in looking back, like, I was kind of open to whoever God was.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, still trying to like, Jesus, if you are real, like, just let me know who you are, God. And it was Jesus that showed up.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
I feel
it's amazing.
Like what sticks out to me about that is just the fact that God meets us in a way that we can not even understand, but he just meets us in a way that we can hold on to. Yeah. And for every person, that moment is different.
Yeah.
But you have that moment to hold on to. Like, you have the date in your mind. You have that like ingrained in your soul, and no one else has that exact same moment as you do. And that's what I love about God. Like, he's uniquely speaking to each one of us. Yeah. And in a way that we can understand.
Yes.
And that's what's so beautiful. Like, we all have our own testimony, but I love yours so much. I just love that moment, and I love how that set you on a trajectory to just be where you are today. Like, your whole life changed after just one moment in time. And that's what's so cool about God. I love it.
I know. He's the best.
It's so good.
He's the best father.
He's the best father. Thank you for sharing that. Your testimony is amazing. It's so cool.
Thank you. It's a bedrock of, I mean, someone could yell in my face, like, give me all of the most credible evidence of why God doesn't exist. And I'm like, I can't believe you. Like, it just, it's, you might call me crazy, or you might call me like, was having who knows? I don't even know. I've been called lots of names. My story has been criticized and picked apart. And I'm just like, none of it matters.
You're like, I lived it. I experienced it.
There's nothing you could tell me that will make me not believe.
Yeah. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, this podcast is called In the Middle of It. So I always ask every guest, which it's very open-ended.
Yeah.
But what are you in the middle of right now in your life?
Motherhood.
You're a mom.
Yeah.
You have a 1-year-old daughter.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to hear about motherhood.
Yes.
I don't even know what to ask you about it other than what has it been like for you? How has it affected your career, your songwriting? What has God taught you in it? Just wherever you want to take it. Yeah. Tell us about being in the middle of motherhood.
Oh, it's the best. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited for you and your journey of motherhood. It's just going to be so beautiful. It's so hard, but also so amazing at the same time. It's hard to explain it until you go through it.
Yeah.
You know, like I have some friends who were moms before me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I had no idea what you were going through until I went through it myself. Yeah. I wish I could have been there for you and said what you needed to hear.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. It's like, you know, we've traveled with her, and me and my husband, one of our goals is to just travel with her, you know, to make her used to going on airplanes. And because I'm a musician, we're traveling all the time.
That's right.
And so we flew with her at like 7 weeks.
No way.
Yes.
You guys are so brave.
We are brave. And more so my husband. He was like, it's fine. She's a baby. I'm like, but I'm not fine.
But I'm a baby too.
Exactly. But we did it. And it's just little benchmark moments of that where you're like, wow, I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was. And God sustains me and is my strength a lot more than I don't need to lean on myself in these moments. I need to lean on him and his strength. But yeah, just putting that new rhythm of life on top of having a career that I love.
Yeah.
On top of being a wife.
Yeah.
On top of all of these other roles that the Lord has blessed me with. Every blessing comes with a responsibility.
Yeah.
And so it's really just seeking the Lord's strength and stewarding those things well. And I think as a performer, like I love to be on stage. It's easy for me to get up on stage and sing songs or talk on the message and seek in my faith life. I really have to lean on the Lord's strength to be a mom. Because it's something I remember in the thick of the first postpartum days. Like I just felt like I also too had like a birth that did not go to plan. Like I was so like, this is how it's going to go. I know I need to leave my hands open, but like the Lord knows the desires of my heart.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then you go through it and you're like, wow, that didn't go any way I planned at all. But the Lord was with me through it all.
Yeah.
You know, like he uses those hardships to show us like, I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I'm still your loving father. And you still have access to this peace no matter what happens.
Yeah.
And so he's just been showing me a lot through motherhood presence. Like being present, like just little things of like, she's playing with a toy and has her back to me and I'm on my phone, but she turns around and I miss that moment if I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
Like just little things like that where the Lord is just really disciplining me of like, you need to work on your presence, not only with your daughter, with your husband in your life, but with me. So that's been the biggest thing that I'm in the middle of. I just don't want to miss any moment. But then I also have to give myself grace of I'm going to miss moments because it's just how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's like, you know, we have the nanny today and it's like, wow, I get to go do things like get my nails done and like go shopping and like, woo. And then toward the end of the day, I'm like, I missed a whole day with her. I'm a terrible mother.
It's both and.
It's yes and. It's so the faith life. It's just like, yes, that's true. But also, and also this.
Yes.
So it's again, it's beautiful and challenging and it will open your hearts in ways that you never thought possible. And it's just the best.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love how God uses whatever season you're in to teach you about himself.
Yes.
Like I mean, obviously I'm not a mom yet. At the time we're recording this, I am close to being a mother, but not quite yet.
So excited for you.
But just, I have experienced God in pregnancy in ways that I never would have without going through this.
Yes.
Just the love that God has for me. I think that's what has hit me the most is the love that God has for us is truly unconditional. Like I know nothing about my son. Right. I don't know what he looks like or his hair color or his eye color. I don't know what he's good at, but I love him and I just love him because he's my son. You know, like there's no condition to that. Right. And I just love how God uses where we are to speak to us about his character and his nature.
Amen.
And how present he is with us always. Like he's never on his phone. Thank God. Right. You know, and when we don't get it right, it's like there's grace. But that is something that I'm looking forward to about motherhood is just knowing more about the character of God while loving someone who I love so much, but is also just a little sinner. You know, they're just important little sinners, and we love them. You know, but yeah, that's encouraging for me to hear of just how God has used this motherhood journey for you to tell you about himself.
It's like inviting him into these little mundane rhythms of life.
Yeah.
And I think motherhood forces you to do that.
Yeah.
Because you have to lean on him for strength. You have to lean on him for the tired moments. You have to lean on him. Like the other day, it's so amazing how God has created us and just the creation of our little tiny humans. My daughter is a year old, and she's in the phase where she's looking to us to regulate her emotions. Like, how should she react? And so for her first birthday, we had balloons, and she was playing with one of the balloons, and she popped it. And it was loud and it was shocking. And she looked right after it popped, she looked right to me. Aww. And I was like, yay!
It's okay.
It's okay. Like both of me and her father were like, yay! And she was fine. And in that moment, like it's like these Holy Spirit downloads, I feel like, that God teaches us in those moments. He's like, do you see how she regulated herself with you? You need to regulate yourself with me. Like in our balloon popping moments, in our anxiety moments, in our, do we cave into like, I could feel all kinds of way, but you tell me, don't be anxious.
Wow.
You tell, and in that moment I was like it's just, it's a little mind explosion after mind explosion of God's character, just like you said, through motherhood, that has just been so palpable. It's so cool. So palpable in the first couple of months and on to, I mean, just even now. So I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for you to, in your own journey, understand like God's character through your motherhood journey.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so, each one of us it's so unique how God meets us where we're at. It's just the best.
I love that he uses mundane moments like popping a balloon. You know what I mean? To be like, oh, wait, I can have peace in all circumstances. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like he's using a balloon to tell you that.
And
but that's what he does.
That's what he does. Like, it's like just inviting him into the mundane.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love it. And you're married to an amazing man.
Yes.
Which I did some light Instagram stalking of you prior to this interview, of course.
As we do in this day and age.
I know your brother-in-law and sister-in-law, Chanel and Dustin. I went to church with them and we were in a small group together.
What?
I know.
Okay, Chanel was the vocal coach who I was talking about earlier. Yes.
So
she's now my sister-in-law.
Your husband through her.
Yes.
No way.
Look at God.
That's crazy.
I know.
No, they're such an amazing family. They're so musical.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they all get together and they're like a barbershop quartet, but there's more of them.
I mean, literally, they are in a barbershop quartet together.
No, they really are.
Yes, this is a real thing, a real world that exists. We just got back, actually, from their international competition.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, and the whole family was there.
That's amazing.
My husband is one of 6 boys who know Dustin and Chanel, and their whole family sings. And they're all
so cool.
They're all preacher's kids, preacher kid family. And so I've learned a lot from my husband on that side of him actually growing up in church and being a pastor's kid. Their whole family, I mean, goes back generation after generation of just music.
That's so cool.
And talk about a God of abundance. I made a whole list of like what I wanted in a man when I was single. And I was like, it's not necessary, but it would be great if he was at least into music.
Yes.
Like at least we could go to a concert together.
Okay.
Because I've met people who don't listen to music and I'm like,
you're like, that wouldn't probably work for me, maybe.
I don't know if that would work. Or maybe it would be perfect. I don't know.
Who
God,
knows?
you know what's perfect for me. I don't. And he's a vocal coach. He's a singer. But
cool.
his he comes from a family of singers. So like you said earlier, when we get together, we just sing hymns.
That's so
together.
Special.
And like, we don't even need like a piano. Like we just sing with our voices.
That's so cool.
It's just, again, he's a God of abundance.
And how sweet that your daughter is going to grow up in that environment. And she's just going to, obviously she's going to love music. Does she like, can you tell if she likes music yet?
I mean, she's got that little piano that all the kids have with the elephant stomp and the purple monkey.
Purple monkey and the bubblegum tree. And
he can swing. Don't sleep on the elephant stomp. I'm telling you, it's a good one.
Why do the songs slap so hard on those little toys?
They really do.
They're so good.
They really do. And it's funny, you'll you'll realize this, but like you'll start buying like toys from the same company and they use all of the same sounds. And so like one sound will trigger like this song that's on this cube, but then
whoa,
it's wild.
It's all connected.
It's all connected. And then I'm sure it's going to start infiltrating our songwriting. And
surely. Anyway. You're like, I have this weird idea today. It's about a purple monkey in a bubblegum tree. Go with me here.
Just go with us. But yeah, he is a God of abundance. Yeah. It's truly incredible.
You're like, God, I want someone who is mildly interested in music. And he was like, say less. I'm actually going to give you someone who knows like everything about music, comes from a musical family. That's so special.
Yeah.
And you guys got married when?
2022.
2022. Wow.
Yeah.
And now you have a family together.
I know.
It's so sweet.
I know.
I love it.
He's amazing.
That's
he truly
great.
is. My life has been flipped upside down ever since 2018. I mean, it's just been like
so cool.
Like we were, Chanel and Dustin, who you mentioned earlier, they moved to Knoxville recently. And so they had a housewarming party and we went there and she invited the whole neighborhood. She's like, I don't even know these people, but we're going to have a hymns night. We're going to go Guyton style. That's my married name.
Awesome.
Guyton style on this whole neighborhood and have a hymn singing night.
Wow.
And I started bawling. I probably looked crazy to some of these people, but I just was like in such a moment of worship because of what God has done in my life and what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the hard moments, like marriage itself is such a sanctifying.
Yeah.
I mean, this person is your mirror to what God is trying to like root out of you and also brings out the best in you.
Yeah.
And so it's like just in these little life moments of just in the tough moments, God is just so unbelievably good and so unbelievably loving. But just to like live in that, I don't know, just like that, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but yeah, just to like singing hymns. It was just such a Holy Spirit moment because it's just, he's so good amidst all of the hard.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool. Yeah. I love it. Your family is so beautiful. Yeah. So sweet.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy to see the tapestry he's woven and continues to weave.
And it comes together in those moments, like at that hymn sing. And I feel like we can miss that moment so often. It just goes by.
Yeah.
But if you're allowing yourself in that moment to be like, no, this is a moment of gratitude that I'm not going to let slip. Yes. Let those tears flow. You know what I mean? Let them be your gratitude in that moment. I think that blesses the heart of God so much for us to just slow down and be like, this is a moment that I want to live in and thank you for.
Yes.
I'm trying to learn that. I feel like even before stepping into motherhood of just like letting those moments be what they are and not wishing them away or letting them pass because I'm busy or I have a lot in my mind. Like that's a encouragement to me to be like, no, let the tears flow, let the moment come and be grateful.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, another thing you're in the middle of is you just put out an album, Songs About Jesus. It's so good. I've been bumping it for 2 days. Okay. It's just been like my soundtrack of my life. It's so good. I want to hear about the album making process. Like, are there any moments from the process that stick out to you in creating Songs About Jesus?
Well, what's really exciting is circling back to Millie, like being into music. I was actually pregnant with her making this record.
Wow.
And so I think it's going to be really cool to tell her, like when she's older, like, hey, you were in Mommy's tummy when I was singing these songs.
Wow.
And there's actually times when the record first came out and she was so small, like I would put on some music in my car of the songs to listen to the mixes, you know, like, cause I listen in my car. Like that's how I hear and kind of, you know, if we have to send back notes and things like that. And it would just calm her. And I'm like, I wonder if it's because she knows the songs because I was singing them.
Wow.
I don't, you know, it's just,
that's
you never
really
know.
sweet to think about.
But it is sweet to think about.
Yeah. And bless you for singing an album when you were pregnant because I can attest that is hard to do.
Girl.
I'm out here like, I need to do 17 takes because I'm out of breath. I am sweating.
I'm sweating and out of breath. Yes, that was, luckily by the time we got to the very end of my pregnancy, like all the vocals were done.
Okay.
So really it was just like picking apart the mixes. I was like, before like I get to the third trimester, that's my goal.
Yeah.
Like, we need to be done with the vocals here.
That's very wise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's going to be special to look back on. But what's really cool about this record and something that I was not expecting was when you write songs, I think it's a part of service for us, right? We get these Holy Spirit downloads. We get these gifted messages to write about that we're inspired by. And we get to put them out into the world and hope other people are blessed by them. But this record, because it was my first faith-based record, I'm maybe assuming, the song went out into the world, but it so clearly came back around to me. Like I put these songs out there and then it was like, oh my gosh, I know why you gave me that idea. Yeah. Because I needed to hear it.
Yep.
Like I needed to be reminded.
Yes.
In such a big way that this message matters.
Yep. Like, I love that God does that. That's happened to me so many times too. I'm like, I wrote this thinking it was for someone else or in a moment in my life, this circumstance, and then he brings it back around and it hits you in a whole new way.
Yep.
And you're like, that's only God. Like, I know that you used me to write this song, but I know that this is your song. That's really cool.
Yeah. That's the coolest thing that we get to do as songwriters, but also being faith-based songwriters and something that I was not expecting stepping into this world, like stepping into the faith writing portion. Like Woman at the Well, my song Woman at the Well was kind of the first taste I got of that.
Yep.
And it was great, but this record, Songs About Jesus, just took it to a whole nother level. And it makes me excited to write the second record because I'm like, I now know I'm walking into writing things that I'm going to need to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like lessons that I'm going to need to hear, and maybe it'll be hard and painful to hear, but it'll be something that just keeps coming back around because that's how the gospel works.
That's right.
I mean, we think we've mastered something and then you become a mother or you get married or a hard time in life happens and you just learn that same lesson, but in a different way.
Yeah.
It's just the coolest thing and the wildest thing about God.
Yeah. It's so cool. Yeah. And I was looking at all your album credits and your co-writers are all such amazing guys. Like I know most of them and I was like, I know that they're such amazing writers. I know writing with them is probably so fun.
They're pro. I mean, they're so pro.
And the songs that came out of it are so special. Something that I love about your songwriting is it's just so honest. I remember when I was in my car and I heard Woman at the Well for the first time on the radio, and it stopped me in my tracks because I just think sometimes in Christian music, we struggle to be truly vulnerable. We think that, our songs have to be really peppy and happy and everything's good. And I just remember being like, wow, this is something different and it really speaks to me. And I think that's why the song is so popular. It's because everyone is like, wow, this is something that really draws me in, that she's being so honest and vulnerable. Like, how could someone love me if I don't love myself? Like that's a hard thing to say as a songwriter, but it's so real and it's so honest. And I feel like that's the thread of your whole album is it's just the truth. It's just honest truth. And that's what I love about it. Like as I'm listening, I just hear you and I hear your ability to go there and to not like sugarcoat it really, but just to be honest. And I love that. I think God's going to use that and has already used it, but like I'm excited to see how he keeps using that with this album.
Thank you.
And you have a deluxe edition that's out when people are listening to this. It's already out.
Yeah.
So what is on the deluxe edition? Like what's new about it?
It's 2 songs, Love Me Anyway and One Prayer Away.
Okay.
And that sort of rounds out the record, I guess, for now. Who knows? There might be more music. There's always more music coming down the pipeline. But yeah, it's 2 songs. I love the record so much. Again, I can't wait to put these songs out into the world and then see how I need to hear, what God is working on in my life about what I need to know about them. Yeah. But yeah, they're just 2 songs that I'm super proud of that I wrote with AJ Pruis, and then Love Me Anyway was also with Matt Armstrong.
Yep.
Just
great
quality
guys.
people. I mean,
Quality
this record
guys.
truly is an answered prayer 5 years in the making. Because in 2020, before I switched to Christian music, I tell this story often, but I went on like a long hike with God. It was 2020. The world was shut down.
Yep.
I felt in my spirit that I wanted to move to Christian music, but I didn't want to do it unless God was calling me to that. And I just went on this long hike and I was like, I feel like a lot of my relationship with God is just like, and it goes back to my salvation moment of like those 4 months of just like, God, if you're real, like, let me know. I'm like, I just sometimes go out and I just contest and I'm like, and maybe the answer is just peace at the end of the conversation. You know what I mean? Like, but I just go out out and I make time with God. And in that moment, I was just like, God, I want to do this, but I don't know. Like, I only want to do it if you are calling me to do it, but I don't know. And like, I don't know anyone in the Christian industry. Like, I don't know what to do. Like,
yeah.
And at the end of that hike, he was just like, make the music. Simple.
Make the music.
Make the music. Whatever's on your heart, just make it.
Yep.
And I just felt in that moment like, okay, I'm going to do what's on my heart, what you give me, the ideas, and I will obey, and I will let you handle the outcome.
Yep.
And he just led me to the right people, the right conversations, the right co-writers, and just to see, now the right label, the right management, just the right team.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing to see how the Lord, I thought maybe he was going to do it in like 6 months.
Yeah.
But here we are 5 years later.
Yeah.
And the Lord takes his time because it's on his timeline.
That's right.
And he's like, you don't even know. Like, I have all these other blessings for you.
Yeah.
Like marriage and a baby and a new house and, all this stuff that's like life has to be lived in between your career.
Yeah.
It's
like, so true.
So, it's just to see this record being the culmination of all that God has done in the last 5 years. Like, it truly is crazy when we just take those little steps of obedience, even though we don't know what's on the other side.
I know. I was going to say, in that moment on the hike, you're like, okay, God, what am I supposed to do? And he says, make the music. And you're like, okay, give me a 12-step plan. And
I need some clarity.
Tell me exactly how to do that. And he's like, nope, that's all you get.
That's all you
get.
Make
the music.
You know how to write a song, make
That's
the
right.
music.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, it's exciting but terrifying all at the same time.
You take that first step, he shows you the next one, and then the next one, and here you are 5 years later with this amazing album, a family. Like, it's
a
crazy.
job on Sirius XM The Message, which I never thought I was going to have. Like, what is God doing? It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I know.
It's so cool. I love just being like 5 years ago, me had no idea what was happening, and here I am today living in answered prayers. And that doesn't mean everything's perfect and you have it all figured out, but it's just like, to be grateful for living in an answered prayer is really special.
I'm starting to realize that the answer is just contentment.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what's happening in life, like, I have access. The faith journey is learning how to just be more content with what's happening at the moment in your presence with your relationship with God.
That's so good.
Like, that's where I am today as a Christian.
Yeah.
What the answer I'm seeking right now, it might not be, I am going to pray for different circumstances when hard things happen. But if God doesn't calm the storm, I can still have contentment.
Yeah.
And it might be hard to find, and it might be a lot of prayer and a lot of worship and me falling down on my face. But the answer I'm seeking really is just contentment with who God is in this season.
That's so good. I feel like that encourages me. I just feel like it's so easy to let our emotions or even our hopes, like good things, desires, things that we want, we let that kind of control us.
Yeah.
When in reality, like, we have access to contentment, satisfaction, joy, peace in its fullest form right now.
Yeah.
And we just don't take it.
Yeah.
We let ourselves be ruled by our circumstances.
We don't regulate ourselves on God's goodness, like the balloon popping
balloon
moment.
pops, and we're
our
like,
balloon pops get us way off course.
Yes. No, that's such a good word. That's such a good reminder for me of just like, we can be content in all seasons because Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Amen.
And that is not dependent on if we have everything we want or if everything's worked out. But so cool to be in a 5 years later moment of just living in answered prayers. That is really a sweet thing.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Is there a song on the album that is your personal favorite? I know it's so hard to pick. I hate when people ask me this question, but I'm asking you.
Yeah. I love this song called Make Faith. Because
I was actually literally about to bring that song up, so I'm so glad you did.
Yes. And I wrote this with Foster Farrell and Benji Cohort.
Yes.
And both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. They're amazing.
They're great.
And this idea did not come from me, so I will not take credit for it. But I was at a prayer night with my Bible study. I call them my Bible study women because they're my lifeline. They're my church. They're everything. And we were at a prayer night because we do, like, once a month, we try to do Shabbat dinners on Friday nights.
Cool.
And then after that, we just have a prayer night.
Love it.
And it's just, community time and get to talk about what's going on in life. And so we were praying, and my friend Amber, she was just praying out loud, and she was just like, Lord, if it can't make sense, let it make faith. And I was like, my eyes were closed, and I opened them, and I was like,
your songwriter brain, you're like, write that down.
I was like, God, you gave me this songwriter brain for a reason. And so I wrote it down on my phone, and then I, cast my phone aside, and I kept praying. And I went up to her after, and I was like, you said something that I'm going to write a song about.
Yeah.
And she was like, what did I say? Because, sometimes you're praying in the spirit, you don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you said, if it can't make sense, let it make faith.
Yeah.
And she was like, wow, that's good.
You're like, wow, that's
you
good.
should absolutely write a song about that. And so I brought that into the writer's room like the next week.
So cool.
And we wrote it, and it's one of my favorites because it just simply has that story behind it.
Yeah.
And
it's so good.
It's just a real faith moment.
It's such a good prayer that I want to pray more in my life.
Yeah.
Like, man, God, sometimes you calm the storm and sometimes you don't, but I want to love you and trust you either way. And that song stuck out to me for sure. I love that one.
Yeah. And even in life's circumstances that we might not ever get an answer for until we're in glory.
Right.
Or maybe we never will. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just sometimes life, that's such the hard thing about being a Christian, that it's like we can't explain everything. Like, God's so big. Evelyn Underhill, she has a quote. She says, if God were small enough to be understood, he wouldn't be big enough to be worshipped.
Whoa. Yeah.
And every time I say that, it's like goosebumps. And it's so true, because we're not guaranteed to know everything on this side of eternity. Like, who knows why I go through the things I go through.
Right.
But regardless, if God allows it, if it's not from, who knows? Like, we could be reasoning. And I think in those moments of pain, it's easy to be like, well, why would God allow this? And I'm starting to doubt his character. And like all of these, the spiral that the enemy just so wants you to go down of not trusting God in it.
Yep.
And it's just like, okay, those are not the right questions to be asking.
Yeah.
Regardless, again, the contentment that I have is I know that my God will bring good from it.
Yeah. That's right.
I mean, it's just that simple. Like,
so good.
No matter what I go through, God's got it. He's going to redeem it. He's going to restore it. He's he's amazing.
Yeah. You are a deep well. I have enjoyed hearing the wisdom that you have. No, I mean that in the very best way. Like, you are a deep well, and I hear that in your songs. And now, like, sitting down with you, I hear that in who you are. Like, you have a deep well of wisdom, and I'm really thankful to know you.
I'm thankful to know you.
Yeah. Okay, so the way that we're going to end the podcast is with a little fun game. Is that okay? Okay, cool.
Love it. We're coming back to the surface.
Okay, so it's called the middle moment, but it's at the end. I know that's confusing.
Beautiful little color wheel of things.
You. Thank Amazon Prime for this right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to spin this wheel. It's going to land on one of these 8 topics, and we're just going to talk about whatever it lands on for like 2 minutes as a fun way to end the podcast.
Love it.
Okay?
Great.
Here you go.
Oh, I get to spin it.
Yes.
Okay.
Olivia, take the wheel. Take it from my hands.
Take it from my hands. Whee! Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Favorite place.
Favorite place. Okay, this one is open-ended. What is your favorite place in the world? It could be a destination. It could be like a place in your house. Just what's your favorite place?
My favorite place. I feel like I have so many, but really it's where my husband and my kid are.
I love that
Anywhere.
so much.
Anywhere
I love that.
That they are.
Not in a tent camping, but
I'd still love being with them, but ideally it wouldn't be in a tent.
Yeah. That's so sweet. I feel like that just wherever they are, that's a perfect favorite place.
And I think as a musician too, it's like it's just wherever you are with the people that you love.
And you've been all over, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, there are places that are beautiful that I want to go see, whatever, but it would be infinitely better if I got to bring my people.
My people.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
You should play this for him, and be like, I really love you. I
This
really
is how much
love
I
you.
really love you.
You're my favorite place. That's actually a good song idea.
That is a great song title.
You
Look
should,
at us.
You should write that.
We should write that.
Yeah, I'm like, are we songwriters?
Are we songwriters? Yeah.
I love it. Okay, your favorite place wherever your husband and your baby are. I love it. That's really sweet.
What about you?
I actually would probably say the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Like, I've been to really cool places. I would say, like, my favorite place I've ever traveled to is probably Norway.
Ooh.
But I loved it because I was there with my husband and we had such a fun time. Like, I remember the memories of what we did while we were there, like, even more than, like, the cool things that we saw. Right. You know, it was more that I was with him. But yeah, I always say, like, he is my safe place too, and, like, my favorite place. And so I relate to that a lot. Yeah. Yeah, my favorite place is not the woods. I'll tell you that, though. Not the woods.
No.
But, you know.
We try for our husbands. We will really, really try.
Like we said, we really love them.
We really love them.
Oh, man. Olivia, thank you so much for being in the middle of it with us. Like, this was such a gift. I know everyone... They love you. I love you. I'm so glad you're here.
I love you. And I can't wait to see the songs that you continue to write and what the Lord gives you and your motherhood journey and this podcast and how you're just doing ministry and serving people. So thank you for having me today.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Y'all go listen to songs about Jesus. Go stream it.